Hello friends of the channel, Die Hard here with another video. In this one I'm going to get back to my random 118 375 inch openings.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Alright, so I haven't done one of these in a while. I thought it was time. I picked 3 different figures to open. If you're new to the channel, I think I created a playlist of my random openings. What I like to do is just grab 3, 4, 5 different 118 or 375 inch figures and open them up and just do a quick comparison. And then I like to sort of rank them at the end from best to worst, or greatest to least greatest. In this one, I picked these 3 figures. Nothing in any of the random videos, the random openings, the figures are always unrelated. There's nothing connects the figures at all except the scale. That's all that they have in common, nothing else. I like to do different lines, different manufacturers, and just randomly talk about them and sort of break it down how I see it. So in this video we're going to take a look at the Boss Fight Studio, the Umbrella Academy Cha-Cha figure. We've got the from the world of Eagle Force Fresh Funky Fiction, the blade cuts both ways. We've got the Frank Walsh, and then lastly we've got over here, we've got the Joy Toy Army Builder. This was number 23. And I think these figures are all pretty comparable. They're all, I think you would consider them as premium lines. Again, nothing connects them though. I think we've got, a real world. I guess these two are both kind of real world, and this is more of a sci-fi figure, female and 2 males. Let's get them open. Let's start with the Umbrella Academy Boss Fight Studio Cha-Cha. Okay, let's quickly talk about the packaging for the Cha-Cha figure from Boss Fight Studios. I do have 2 of the other figures in this line. I've got Diego and Klaus. I have no real desire to buy Vanya there. In fact, I bought this Cha-Cha, I believe, off of Amazon because she got down to about $13. So I said, you know what, let's give her a try. She's only 13 bucks. There's a nice image of her there. I've noticed that the Umbrella Academy, and I think it's the Court of Dead figures from Boss Fight Studio, come in boxes, whereas most of the Hero hacks, the Petruvian hacks, they all come in the bubble with card and collector-friendly packaging. I believe this is also collector-friendly. You can always put the figure back, but I always prefer a card in a bubble. I am not saving these boxes. I do usually save the card backs though from the other hacks, but I won't be saving this. You can see here there's a short, brief bio here about Cha-Cha. Here are the accessories included, another image of the figure. I have never seen Umbrella Academy. I have no desire to watch it. I didn't even know what it was until these figures came out. I did buy the Klaus and the Diego though because of how they looked, and they were both really, really good figures. I really like them both. I saw Diego as sort of a spy, sort of a ninja, and Klaus as some kind of a merc or mercenary. They're both really good figures. So when I saw this was up down to $13 on Amazon, I did pick it up. That's why it's here. Let's get her open. Okay, here's Cha-Cha out of packaging, and she's pretty cool. I've only had her out for about a minute or two. I'll say right off the bat, her plastic doesn't feel the same as Diego and Klaus. It does feel a little bit stiffer, a little bit harder. I don't know if that's because of the suit, because it's a suit. But overall, she looks pretty good. You can see her face there. It's really well painted. The eyes are straight. Very nice. A couple times I've tried to turn her and pose her a couple times, and each time I did, her diaphragm joint underneath this jacket, which is not removable, did pop off. So she is hindered a little bit. You can hear that. She's a little bit hindered by the outfit. It is like a 3-piece suit. There's a vest under there, it looks like. It's sculpted in. You can kind of see the parts of it there. She looks like she has a blue shirt with a vest on and a tie underneath there. Good figure though, not bad at all. I think the real kind of standout for this figure is it's a female in a suit. I think Joy Toy's given us several, the suited assassin. Their army builders, they've had a black suit and a gray suit. But I don't think we've ever got a female in a suit and a female in a blue suit. That makes her pretty unique, pretty special. That alone might make it worth it for you to pick her up. She have the Boss Fight Studio articulation that's pretty standard. She does not have the screw. It doesn't look like in her back. But she does have the double jointed knees, diaphragm joint, ball hinged shoulders, elbows, and hinged wrists. She does come with an extra set of hands. These are two holding, gripping hands. She does have an open hand and a pointing hand. She's got thigh swivel, and it looks like she has a rocker pivot ankle, but it's a little hindered by the cuff of the pants. She also came with this head that we will try to put on. It's pretty cool looking, pretty strange. I guess it's a dog maybe. This really cool briefcase does not open, but it does have a little bit of paint detail there on the buckles, the I don't know what those would be called, what it sits on. It's got a nice handle. This is a cool accessory you can use for a lot of different things. She comes with this little cylinder. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like something you'd put a map in, or plans, or I don't know. I'm sure, if you watch the show, you know what that is. It's a cool little accessory though. And she comes with this machine gun, well sculpted, solid black, and a small pistol. She doesn't have any pockets. She doesn't have any peg holes in her back or anything. She has nowhere to carry or hold the items except in her hands. So, one briefcase, one weapon, the cylinder, the briefcase. She can only hold two things. She only has two hands, no pockets or anything. Not bad though. Sculpting in the hair there. It's a solid little figure. She also comes with this stand. This was standard. This came with all of the other two as well. She doesn't seem to need it that well though. She does seem to stand on her own pretty well. A lot of times with female figures, they put them in heels or something, and they're difficult to stand. She has more of a boot with a heel, and she's stood for me fairly easily on the first couple tries. Let's pop this head off. Let's try this alternate head. Popped right on. And that's funny, man. That's pretty cool. It's pretty silly. It went on really easy. I'm imagining because this is Boss Fight Studio, they do seem to use most of the same items, that this would probably peg onto any Boss Fight Studio head that you might have, any of the Vitruvian hacks, the hero hacks, anything, So cool, very cool. Good figure. Not spectacular or anything. I think where she shines is the fact of, what she is. It's a female in a suit. It's a blue suit. Accessories are fairly cool. This is something you can use with a lot of different things. Destro, I know Destros usually come with a briefcase and there's a machine gun inside. So it's always nice to have these props. The stand's the stand. It's a silly head sculpt, but it works. Extra set of hands. Nothing groundbreaking here, but still a good figure. And I think at the price I got at $13, a good deal. A good deal. All right, so that is the Boss Fight Studio Umbrella Academy Cha-Cha figure. Let's open up the Fresh Monkey Fiction Frank Walsh next. All right, so here is the Blade Cuts Both Ways from the world of Eagle Force, Fresh Monkey Fiction, Frank Walsh. He does have the number 1 there. This is the sort of new packaging that Fresh Monkey Fiction has gone to. They've left the card and bubble behind. This is a bit more like a standard Joy Toy figure, or even an Acid Rain World type figure that it doesn't have the crate inside, like an Annex 2179 figure, I guess. They seem to have gone to the collector friendly box, much like that one came in. This one does have a comic book sort of scene here on the inside flap now. It is connected by Velcro. There's a nice window to look at the figure. Back of the box, there's more figures in the wave. I do have Savitar and the Goblin. I don't believe Sonny Yen's come out yet. Obviously, here's Frank Walsh, and I don't have the Fog. I'm not sure if he's come out. There is another brief bio on the character. As most people have figured out, this does look a lot like Kurt Russell from the movie Big Trouble Little China, which I really do like. I do have in my movie collection. Very cool, very cool. So that's the packaging. I think I do prefer the card and bubble over these boxes, but I think that they were right to update the packaging. I would have liked to seen just new cards with newer art like this on a card and a bubble, but there's nothing wrong with this. This is cool. I do like it. All right, let's get this guy open. Okay, Frank Walsh is now out of packaging, and behind the figure in the packaging was this cool little bio scene. It looks like, you know, Chinatown or something like that. Very cool. He did come with a stand, couple of machine guns. They are matching, these two. They're solid black. And this pistol, this little silver pistol. Does appear that the pistol fits into this shoulder harness. Let's see if I get it in there. Yeah, fit right in. So it does appear that that fits in there. This is a nice brown to look like leather. Very cool piece. Lots of hands. He's got chopping hands. He's got two fists. He's got two open hands. He's got two gripping hands. And then he came with two trigger finger hands. You can see there the print on his shirt came out really good, really sharp. Face is a little cheesy. I don't think he looks quite as like Kurt Russell as he does on the package. But it's not Kurt Russell, is it? It's Frank Walsh. So still looks really good. I think this is the first time I have a lot of Eagle Force figures, but this is the first time I've ever reviewed one or talked about one on camera besides a haul video. Eagle Force, the stuff I got this year, I've opened several already. I still have a few more to open, but great line. I'm really happy with them. They've got even better than the ones I got a couple years ago. This new wave that came out. Really good figures, really fun. Lots of accessories. The articulation's really good. Let's go over that. He does have a ball jointed head, ball hinged shoulders, elbows, hinged wrists. He has a ball joint at the waist, ball hinged hips, a thigh swivel, a double hinged knee, a boot cut, swivel at the boot, the top of the boot, and a rocker pivot ankle. Really solid figure. I did notice he's a lot stiffer, especially his upper body, than she was. I tend not to heat up my figures unless I have to. I didn't feel I had to with this guy, but I will say he is much stiffer than she was. but he looks great. I mean, you could see the musculature in his biceps. You know, he definitely looks strong. Tank top's cool. Got that smile on his face. He does have nice white teeth. Perfectly straight eyes. Good figure, man. Camouflage pants. He looks good. Let's put the harness holster on him. See how easy that is to do. I do think I'm gonna leave it on him once I get it on. I would like him to carry all of his weapons. Again, like the Cha-Cha, he did come with a stand. I would try not to use it though. Is your standard, if I didn't mention this already, is just a standard Eagle Force black stand with 2 pegs. He does have a couple peg holes there on the bottom of his boots. There it goes. Fit right on. Very easy. I think that's how I'm gonna play with him, display him, pose him, throw both his weapons, his hands. There we go. He's fully fitted out. Got all his accessories. Good figure, guys. This guy's a lot of fun. He could be a mercenary. He could be a G.I. Joe. He could be a truck driver delivering something to San Francisco's Chinatown. It could be whatever you want. Good figure, man. Eagle Force, you know, they have not let me down this year. I think I've got 2 more to open, or 3 more to open, but I already opened 1, this guy's 2, 3, I've already opened about 4 or 5 of the Eagle Force figures this year. I've done the new wave, and none of them have disappointed. They've all been really good. Really, really good. They've definitely improved, and you want to see that from a line. You know, you want to see that from a company, and they're doing it. You know, they're doing it. So great figure, solid figure. I really like this guy. I don't even think I'll switch out the hands. I prefer trigger finger hands to any of these other ones, but these are great if you're photographing something, or if you have another figure that you want to use that you need extra hands for. I always like it when they come with a fist or 2. So good selection of accessories here. Lots of hands, got the stand, you know, stand's the stand, but we got 3 guns. He could carry all of them at the same time. I love when that happens. Great figure. Let's go move on to the Joy Toy Army Builder now. Okay, we got Joy Toy Army Builder number 23, and this is the standard packaging now that the Army Builders from Joy Toy come in. They used to come in a little box, if you remember that first wave. They did come in boxes. I do prefer this, the card in the bubble, over the little boxes. Not much to these packages. It is collector friendly. I tend not to keep these though, because they are Army Builders. They are not you know, named characters or anything. So, you know, nothing much to look at here. Let's get him open. And here is Army Builder number 23 from the Joy Toy Army Builder figure line. And he's pretty good. He did also come with a stand. His stand is a solid black circle with 1 peg. I'll put that off to the side here. Came with a lot of accessories. I guess you could say he came with more accessories than Cha-Cha and Mr. Walsh over here. I don't think that they're quite as good as maybe Cha-Cha's, but there's definitely more of them. Let's see. Let's start with the figure first. So I picked this guy up because he is his upper body, at least, is based on the Rego figure, which is a really good Joy Toy figure. I think maybe the thighs too are also from Rego, but maybe the lower body, the lower leg from the knee down isn't. I don't quite recognize it. I'm not an expert in Joy Toy figures. I'm not an expert in any figures. These videos are just my opinion. But he looks pretty good. He's solid figure. I always thought he almost looked a bit like a Terminator, because you can see where there's sort of robot or cyborg under flesh. He looks pretty good. He's pretty posable. He did feel quite a bit stiff. I was a little worried as I moved him around at first that he might snap or something. Again, I didn't heat him up, but he seems to be just fine. This belt here is removable if you pop him apart. That's one of the joys of Joy Toy. They are quite swappable between each other. Not always, but mostly. So he's good. Let's go over articulation really quick. He's got a ball jointed head, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. He does use the ball joint at the wrist rather than the peg, which I prefer that the Eagle Force and the Boss Fight use. He uses the ball joint, much like the Hiya toys. Typically, in my experience, if this figure is going to break, it's probably going to be at that wrist, putting on or taking off these hands. So I tend not to do that with Joy Toy or Hiya. I tend to try to find the trigger hands or the weapon holding hands and leave them there. That's probably what I'll do with this guy. But he does have I think for me, he's got the hands that I want on there. Now, if they were the pegs, I'd be more inclined to swap them out to fists and things like that as I choose. But Joy Toy, I've learned, gotta kind of leave him. Hiya too. I leave those trigger hands on when I can. Diaphragm, joint, crunch, swivel at the waist, ball hinged hips, but they're limited because of this thigh armor. Double hinge knee, but again, you don't get. It's not too bad, but it is a little bit limited because of all this armor. Thigh swivel, if I didn't say that, and a rocker pivot ankle. He does have really good balance because he's so wide at the bottom. He's so solid at the bottom. He's got big feet, peg hole. Looks like he also has toe articulation. So pretty solid Joy Toy figure. Good army builder. This is a good one. Again, you know, most Joy Toy, you could just pop the top off, connect him to another bottom. If you find one that's compatible. Can carry his pistol right here. Let's go over the accessories. Stand him up. So here is the pistol, or laser pistol. Solid black, some sculpting there, not much to it. Knife, black knife. Did not see anywhere to put the knife, but it might be on there. Oh, right there. Yeah, it looks like he can carry the knife right. Oh, it went in there. It's pretty tight. Oh, it went in there. Didn't go all the way down. And it's probably going to be, tough to get out. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull that out. But yeah, can carry the knife, carry the pistol. This really cool Spartan helmet. I recognize it from some of the Battle of the Stars figures that I have. I can't remember his name. It's the white one, I believe. Pretty cool helmet. In gold. Got this oversized sword that I don't think I'll be using. Solid black. There's some sculpting to it. The spear, again, solid black. A lot of sculpting to it, but I don't think... I might use this. More likely to use this than the sword. And then again, a solid black laser gun. And this also I recognize from one of the Battle of the Stars figures. I can't remember which one. If it's, I remember there's a white, a green, a red, and a silver one. I'm not sure which one this is from. 3 extra hands. Got a fist. Got a gripping hand. And an open. That might be a trigger hand. Pretty close. Pretty close. Compared to these two. But good figure. These run about $17, and sometimes the Army Builders, the Joy Toy Army Builders, so sometimes you can find them on sale on AliExpress or Gundam It. I've noticed it, Gundam It. tends to put a lot of Joy Toy on sale. If you go to their flash sale tab on their website, it's a good place to check. I recently, in my next haul, you'll see I did pick up some of the newer army builders as well. The wave might have been in this wave or the next one, but I did pick up 2 of these army builders off of their website. They were down to $13, but usually I think regular price they're about 17. This guy I didn't mention. I did pay full price for him. He is sold out, I think, on Big Bad Toy Store. The Fresh Monkey Fiction stuff tends to be about $25 to $26, $27. So he was more expensive, and I paid full price for him. I did pay full price for this guy, and I got on sale. So it was like 13, 17, and 25. And I'll say, you know, we're at the end of the video now, and I can kind of rank them. He is definitely, I think, my favorite and the best of the bunch. These 2 are kind of interchangeable, swappable. In fact, I think I would actually put her second and him third. And that's only because, you know, she's a female, she's in a suit, and the articulation is comparable. I think the only thing he has that they don't is that toe articulation. She was a bit limited because of the suit. So it's a bit of a toss-up between these 2. Maybe I'm ranking him below her because I kind of already have him. He's a little bit old hat because I do have 2 Regos because he's so good. But I think that's how I would rank them. He's definitely the best. These 2, either way, you know, kind of depends on what you like, what you want. But all 3 are really solid figures. I would keep an eye out on them. I believe this line has been canceled, and so I imagined that the Umbrella Academy figures will be clearanced eventually, if not on Amazon, on Boss Fight Studios page, maybe even on Big Bad. I don't know if they're on Big Bad anymore. But out of the 3 that I opened, the other 2 were better. So I wouldn't hesitate to grabbing any of those figures. Again, I don't have that. There was only 4. I don't have that other girl. So I can't really, you know, compare her. I'm imagining, I think she's in a suit as well. It might even be this same suit, but black. But I would say the 2 guys are better than her, but she's still really good. This is a solid army builder. Nothing wrong with this guy. In fact, if you got a couple of these and you have some other Joy Toys, if you want to start swapping heads and so on, like you can with Joy Toy, you can build up an army of these guys really quick. But I think this guy is the standout. All the Fresh Monkey Fiction stuff this year has been awesome. And so is this guy. All right, guys, so that's the video. Another random 118 375-inch opening. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with my ranking? Do you have any of these guys? Do you want any of these guys? Let me know in the comments below. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.